What drives a person to become a serial killer, to commit heinous acts repeatedly? It's a question that has both fascinated and horrified us for generations. The chilling allure of these individuals, who lurk in the darkest corners of society, holds us captive. We think of notorious figures like Ted Bundy, whose crimes in the 70s still echo in our collective consciousness. These are the faces, the names, the stories that have shaped our understanding of what a serial killer is. Today, we delve into the intricate and chilling world of a specific serial killer. Every monster has a beginning. For Ted Bundy, it was November 24, 1946. Born in the quaint city of Burlington, Vermont, Bundy's childhood was far from ordinary. Raised as the adopted son of his grandparents, a cloud of secrecy surrounded his origins, setting the stage for the twisted man he would become. As a teenager, Bundy's interest in the macabre began to surface. Disturbing behaviors, veiled under a veneer of normalcy, started to emerge. However, Bundy wasn't just a troubled teen. He was also a bright student, graduating from the University of Washington and even attending law school in Utah, though he never earned his degree. His intellect wasn't the only thing that made him stand out. Bundy had a charm about him, an allure that drew people in, especially women. One of them was Elizabeth Klopfer, a woman who would remain in a relationship with Bundy for 6 years. Unbeknownst to her, she was sharing her life with a man who would become one of America's most notorious serial killers. His charm and intelligence masked a horrifying truth that would only come to light years later. The 1970s marked a decade of terror as Bundy embarked on a horrifying killing spree. This decade saw the rise of a true monster, as Ted Bundy, with his deceptive charm and cunning, lured unsuspecting women into his sinister web. His modus operandi was as chilling as it was effective. Bundy would pretend to be injured, often using crutches or a cast, to attract the sympathy of his victims. Once they were within his grasp, their fate was sealed. In 1975, a glimmer of hope appeared as Bundy was arrested for possession of burglary tools. However, this was just the tip of the iceberg. The real breakthrough came when Carol Duranch, one of the few to escape Bundy's clutches, identified him in a police lineup. Bundy was subsequently convicted for her kidnapping, marking his first official brush with the law concerning his gruesome activities. But Bundy was not one to be easily contained. In 1977, he escaped from prison not once, but twice, demonstrating an uncanny ability to elude justice. His freedom, however, would lead to further bloodshed. Bundy made his way to Tallahassee, Florida, where he committed his final murders, leaving a trail of devastation in his wake. These were not just crimes. They were acts of pure, calculated evil that shook the nation to its core. Each victim was a daughter, a sister, a friend whose life was brutally cut short, leaving families in a state of perpetual grief and society in a state of fear and disbelief. The reign of Bundy, however, could not last forever. In February 1978, the reign of terror finally ended with Bundy's capture. His capture marked the end of a dark chapter in American crime history, but the echoes of his heinous acts still reverberate, serving as a chilling reminder of the capacity for evil that can lurk beneath the most charming of facades. With Bundy's arrest, a gruesome chapter in American crime history closed. The man who had terrorized the nation with his chilling crimes was finally behind bars. His trial was a spectacle, with the charismatic Bundy even representing himself in court. Despite his attempts to manipulate the proceedings with his charm, the evidence was irrefutable. Bundy was handed 3 death sentences. But even as he faced his end, Bundy's effect on the public consciousness was far from over. The fear he had instilled into the hearts of many persisted, a chilling reminder of the evil that had walked among them. His case had drawn an unprecedented media frenzy, turning the once charming law student into a horrifying spectacle in the national spotlight. As the countdown to his execution in 1989 began, Bundy confessed to 36 killings, although experts believe the true count could be much higher. His confessions were as chilling as they were enlightening, providing a dark glimpse into the mind of a monster. When the day of his execution finally arrived, it was met with a collective sigh of relief from a nation that had been held in the grip of fear for too long. But even in death, Bundy's shadow lingered. His life and crimes have inspired countless novels and films, immortalizing him as a symbol of the darkness that can lurk beneath a charming exterior. Ted Bundy, a name synonymous with terror, continues to haunt the annals of crime, reminding us of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of charm and intelligence.